His name's Van Andrew. I grew up on a tiny little farm, northeast Texas. In the back of my mind, there was always this dream of pursuing music professionally. And I started teaching myself guitar when I was about 14. Start writing songs for like my mom for Mother's Day or something. I've always been in love with music, and it's always held a very special place in my heart. My writing process, it's funny to try and articulate because it feels very haphazard. I would say my process is I never stop singing. I'm always singing made up stuff, and 90% of the time, nothing will ever happen with it. But every now and then, my subconscious has something it wants to say, and I just start singing. And so that's usually how a song is born. My recent song, Sad Cowboys and Rock and Roll, that was a very specific process with writing that. So I'd actually made a piece of merchandise for myself, a t-shirt design. And it was this vintage cowboy, and it said, "I like sad cowboys and rock and roll." And so I looked at the graphic after it was done, and I was like, that should be a song. It was kind of a shock when the song kind of blew up as big as it did. I think we knew that we had something special once I leaked it out onto social media, and kind of overnight it just started to gain traction and blew up, and then that original video got almost 2 million views on it. My goal as an artist is to help people on their journey. If they're struggling with their mental health, let them know, like, hey, you're not alone. Like, I struggle with it. These songs are me working through it, and I hope it helps you.
Sad cowboys and rock and roll, a mass shooting on the radio, slow dancing to Billy Joel, locked away in our homes, making out under neon lights. The whole world's ended right in front of our eyes. Out here trying just to have a good time before we get home. Sad cowboys and rock and roll. You got me feeling like James Dean, high on your honeysuckle daydream. Climb on the back of my iron steed. The night is an open road. Dumpster fire skyline, leave all of that pain behind. Your arms wrapped around mine. How fast do you wanna go? Sad cowboys and rock and roll. Welcome to the internet age. The metaverse is all the rage. Daily news, a political debate. It's getting out of control. Wear your skin like a protest sign. To love your brother is a hate crime. Come on, babe, we're running out of time. Let's burn it on the open road. Sad cowboys and rock and roll. You got me feeling like James Dean, high on your honeysuckle daydream. Climb on the back of my iron steed. The night is an open road. Dumpster fire skyline, leave all of that pain behind. Your arms wrapped around mine. How fast do you wanna go? Sad cowboys and rock and roll. Sad, sad cowboys and rock and roll.
We wanted to create a space that would bring people together to unify people. From a coffee perspective, there's not a lot of Black-owned coffee shops. So that was one thing, all people, we wanted to be a representation of our culture as well. So we wanted people to feel not only welcome, but also see that there's representation in all different types of industries. And so that's where we came up with the name All People. So our motto is all people created equal. And then there's a catch phrase that we have on there is uniquely made. Artists, I think, can come in many shapes or forms. We like to think of our baristas as artists. So I think art is a way of self-expression, and we want to be a big advocate of that. Part of it is because some of our baristas are creatives in their own right. So we don't want to just be a coffee shop. We know that we make coffee. We make probably a pretty good latte, but we want to be people focused, because if we pour into our baristas and our staff, then that's going to exude throughout the way they serve other people.